Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. Jalen Ramsey, known for his almost unbelievable confidence and for never backing down from provoking opponents, has once again captured everyone's attention in the NFL. What he said before the game against the Ravens was not just another standard pregame comment. The way he expressed himself, with that firm gaze and that slight smirk of someone who clearly loves to provoke, has fans and commentators speculating about a real emotional war on the field. Ramsey has never been one to retreat, whether during his college years playing for the Florida State Seminoles or later in the NFL, being drafted 5th overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars. And now, wearing the Steelers uniform, he continues to show that talent and attitude go hand in hand. His words carry weight because they come from a player who not only fulfills his defensive role, but turns any pre-game conversation into fuel to motivate his team while simultaneously playing mind games with the opponent, something that often completely shifts the dynamics of a match. Observers are already predicting that this might be one of those confrontations where the psychological impact could rival the physical, and Ramsey thrives in that environment, knowing exactly how to push buttons without losing focus. What grabbed attention more than what he actually said was the timing of the provocation. Ramsey chose the precise moment to make comments that on the surface might seem playful, but in reality carry enormous tension, especially considering the history of rivalry between the Steelers and the Ravens. Anyone who follows the NFL knows that these two teams clash not just for the scoreboard, but also for psychological dominance on the field. Ramsey, with his explosive and confident demeanor, seems to have studied exactly what he needed to say to shake the Ravens' confidence without compromising his own mental equilibrium. Rumors from insiders suggest that this particular provocation might spark an even more intense reaction from the Ravens players, turning the matchup into not just a physical contest, but a mental battle as well. For fans who relish every detail of the NFL, this is simply electrifying, because the anticipation of what will unfold mentally is almost as thrilling as the actual gameplay itself. Some sports analysts have begun dissecting every word Ramsey uttered, trying to determine if there are subliminal messages aimed at specific Ravens players, and the theories range from direct challenges to the quarterback to subtle jabs at the opposing defensive line. Ramsey has a reputation for getting into opponents' heads, but the way he structures his statements before games turns these provocations into narratives that linger for days, sometimes even weeks. On platforms like YouTube, sports channels are already producing videos decoding every look, every gesture, and every pause from Ramsey, creating enormous anticipation for the showdown. Fans know that when Ramsey speaks, the intensity on the field rises exponentially, because mental games can decide outcomes just as much as physical performance. His approach makes every pre-game press interaction feel like a battle of wills, a spectacle in its own right before the first snap even happens. While the media tries to remain composed, fans are going wild over the prospect of an epic confrontation. Ramsey, with his history of clutch interceptions and game-changing defensive plays, adds another element to the equation: psychology. Every word he utters seems calculated to generate headlines, stir discussions, and simultaneously put pressure on the Ravens to react emotionally. In locker rooms around the NFL, players talk about how facing Ramsey is not just a challenge physically, but a mental one as well, with few athletes able to manipulate the opponent's focus and confidence to the degree he does. This mixture of athletic skill and emotional intelligence turns pre-game interactions into a true war of nerves, and Ramsey, knowingly or not, thrives as the center of it all. If we look at Ramsey's history, it's clear this isn't a new behavior. From his college days with the Florida State Seminoles, he has always been fiercely competitive and adept at using his voice as a psychological weapon. Entering the NFL only amplified this, and now wearing the Steelers jersey, he seems to have found the perfect stage for his provocative statements, especially against a formidable rival like the Ravens. In these matchups, football transcends sport, It becomes spectacle, drama, and mental strategy, and Ramsey is undoubtedly the protagonist even before the game officially begins. His presence transforms every pre-game moment into something fans dissect obsessively, knowing that his words could shape the energy and tension once the ball is snapped. Now the question becomes how the Ravens will respond. Will they step onto the field ignoring Ramsey, or will his provocations consume them, giving him exactly the psychological advantage he seeks? This uncertainty fuels the rumor mill, raising anticipation even further, because in the NFL, every mental edge counts, and Ramsey knows this better than most. Expectations are high that even before the first touchdown, a full narrative will already be unfolding through words, glances, and strategic movements. Fans nationwide are glued to every headline and clip, eager to see how Ramsey's pre-game mind games might influence the course of the match, adding tension and intrigue to every play, and making the entire spectacle more than just a football game. It's a battle of mental fortitude as much as athletic ability. The anticipation intensifies when considering that the Steelers, even with Ramsey as a central figure, still have to handle the pressure of facing a historically aggressive team like the Ravens. Ramsey's provocation is not simply a personal marketing move. It has the potential to impact the entire game plan, from offense to defense, because players affected by his words might make mistakes, or conversely, they might be fired up to respond. Rumors from NFL insiders suggest that some Ravens players have already started preparing mentally to resist Ramsey's psychological tactics, but no one really knows the extent of his influence. On sports analysis channels, speculation runs wild that Ramsey may have planned every phrase to direct attention toward himself, distract from his own vulnerabilities, and simultaneously pressure the opponent into emotional reactions, essentially creating a pre-kickoff chess match entirely in the minds of the players. Another topic stirring discussion is Ramsey's track record in high-stakes games. He is not only known for his speech, but also for consistently delivering critical performances under pressure, adding another layer of unpredictability to his provocations. Reviewing his past matchups, it becomes clear that in moments of extreme tension, Ramsey often rises to the occasion, making him even more intimidating. Analysts argue that this blend of athletic skill and emotional intelligence could represent one of the biggest threats the Ravens will face. The narrative Ramsey crafts before the game is not just entertainment. It is a strategic maneuver designed to establish psychological dominance and create competitive advantage even before the first play, turning the pregame into a battle of wits as much as a physical contest. Backstage speculation is rampant. Some NFL insiders believe Ramsey's provocation may be tied to past clashes with key Ravens players, while others suggest he is merely maintaining his public image as the ultimate provocateur, a persona fans love and that boosts his social media relevance. Regardless of the motivation, the effect is the same. Tension and anticipation escalate, with fans, commentators, and even players analyzing every word, every facial expression, every gesture. Separating Ramsey's provocation from the sport itself is nearly impossible, as they enhance the drama and spectacle, transforming the game into a multi-layered experience where narrative, rivalry, and psychological warfare are as important as athletic skill. Many are now questioning whether the Steelers' coaching staff will allow Ramsey to continue his provocations or implement restrictions to prevent distractions. Rumors suggest that while the Steelers recognize the motivational and psychological advantages Ramsey can bring, there are concerns about potential negative consequences. Every word from Ramsey carries weight, and balancing its strategic benefits against possible disciplinary or team cohesion issues is delicate. This pre-game power struggle off the field underscores the dramatic and unpredictable nature of the matchup, and fans across the country are completely captivated by this narrative even before the opening kickoff, eagerly anticipating how these tensions will manifest in real-time gameplay. Furthermore, Ramsey's provocation raises a fascinating discussion about the role of psychology in professional sports. Winning isn't determined solely by physical ability. mental control and resilience often weigh as heavily as strength, speed, or technique. Ramsey exemplifies how an athlete can turn words into strategic tools, exploiting rivalry, history, and fan expectation to create leverage. Experts speculate on possible Ravens reactions ranging from disciplined mental preparation to impulsive, aggressive responses, and each scenario feeds the rumor mill, making the showdown seem far more intense than predictions based solely on athletic performance. Every fan and analyst is now watching not just a game, but a psychological chess match, where Ramsey's mind is already playing before anyone even touches the ball. Meanwhile, fans and sports influencers fuel the speculation fire, producing videos, posts, and endless debates about what Ramsey said, how the Ravens should respond, and who will emerge mentally stronger from the confrontation. Ramsey's provocation evolves into a full-blown narrative, and the narrative transforms into spectacle. Every comment, analysis, and theory adds to a collective tension that grows by the hour, as if the game has already begun in the minds of viewers. Ramsey seems to understand this perfectly, controlling the storyline off the field while waiting to influence events on it, making his presence a central narrative thread that heightens the stakes of every play. Ultimately, the big question remains: will Ramsey's provocation affect the game, or will it simply be a show of words? The unpredictability is what makes it so thrilling. Rumors, speculation, and anticipation create a scenario where every snap could be interpreted as a response or retaliation. For Steelers and Ravens fans, and anyone who loves the NFL, this means we are about to witness something far beyond a typical matchup. Jalen Ramsey's mind games are already in motion, and the actual game is just the stage where the psychological drama will collide with athletic skill, promising an unforgettable confrontation that will be analyzed and debated long after the final whistle. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Finally, the broader narrative of the NFL itself seems to be intertwined with this rumor, as Flowers' potential move exemplifies a league in flux, where player mobility, media scrutiny, and fan engagement converge to create dramatic tension unlike anything seen in past eras. Teams are no longer insulated from public perception, with every negotiation, tweet, and rumor magnified exponentially, shaping narratives that extend far beyond the field. The Zay Flowers story, whether factual or speculative, encapsulates this modern dynamic, highlighting how a single player's career choices can trigger discussions about loyalty, competitive balance, and strategic foresight across an entire league. Sports analysts and content creators revel in the speculation, producing endless breakdowns, mock plays, and scenario analyses that feed fan curiosity and sustain a continuous cycle of engagement. Even casual observers are drawn into the drama, debating the merits of potential outcomes, imagining on-field heroics, and considering the long-term ripple effects of what could become one of the most sensational narrative arcs in recent NFL history. As the rumor continues to circulate, one thing becomes increasingly clear. Zay Flowers has captured the collective imagination of the football world, transforming what might have been a routine offseason discussion into a saga of high drama, strategic intrigue, and emotional intensity. The uncertainty surrounding his potential move fuels conversations in locker rooms, media outlets, social networks, and fan forums alike, creating a shared spectacle where every detail, whether confirmed or speculative, gains amplified significance. Fans debate loyalties, opponents anticipate new challenges, and analysts construct elaborate scenarios, all while the story evolves in real time, influenced by leaks, insider hints, and the collective imagination of a passionate audience. The mere prospect of a young, talented wide receiver switching allegiances between storied franchises highlights both the unpredictability of professional sports and the power of narrative in shaping public perception. Whether Flowers ultimately joins the Steelers or remains with the Ravens, the speculation itself has already cemented a place in the annals of NFL lore, a testament to the enduring drama, spectacle, and intrigue that surrounds the league and its brightest stars. Finally, the ongoing speculation about Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers has cemented itself as one of the most compelling narratives in contemporary football. Fans, analysts, and league insiders are all caught in the whirlwind of rumor, debate, and anticipation, each feeding into the other and amplifying the stakes. Rodgers' legendary career, coupled with the uncertainty surrounding his potential departure, has created a scenario rich in drama, complexity, and emotional intensity. Whether he stays or leaves, the story will leave an indelible mark on the franchise and the league, shaping conversations, influencing decisions, and captivating audiences in ways few sports narratives ever do. The rumor, in itself, has become a spectacle, a narrative of possibility and consequence that transcends ordinary speculation and captures the imagination of football fans everywhere. As the saga continues to unfold, one truth is clear. The Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, and the NFL at large are at the center of a story that will be remembered for years to come. A perfect storm of talent, tension, and tantalizing uncertainty. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.